Alright, I am Andrew Rodriguez, and I just solved the most frustrating car problem I have ever had. This is a 2015 Passat TDI, and no kidding, we have been working on it for probably 5 months with 2 different tuners, and nobody has been able to solve the problem. The car had major limp mode issues, and every time you started the car, it would just choke off. We were able to get the car to not turn off with one tuner's tune, but then the car would have no turbo power. It would drive around town, no problem, but you had no turbo. Eventually we figured out that there was a tune issue that was killing the vacuum to the turbo, and that was preventing the turbo from spinning up. So anytime vacuum was applied from the N75 to the turbo, it would just choke the car off. It would just shut off instantly. But if you didn't have that applied, the car would drive around fine, just no turbo. So, obviously that means the turbo's bad. So we changed the turbo, same damn thing. And that really threw me. And then I remembered the newer engines have a unique design, and let me show you what I mean on the turbo. So this car did have a turbo problem, legit. If you try to spin the wheel, it is barely spinnable. This should spin very, very freely. But what I was telling you is different on these engines and turbos is exhaust port, exhaust port, exhaust port, exhaust port, EGR port. They send EGR through the cylinder head instead of a pipe that would wrap around the engine like on any other older car. Let me show you what that looks like on the car. So this massive thing right here on this 2015 engine is a water to air intercooler, and then there's the throttle valve, which I've got pulled out. Throttle valve goes right onto here. It connects to the intake pipe. And then buried behind that is the EGR that comes directly through the cylinder head. And, there's a million coolant hoses because everything's got its own microcircuit. But let me show you what happened with the EGR valve. So this beauty right here is the EGR valve on the front of the engine. Then gets EGR coming through the head. And right away I noticed, well, that's going to flow freely. How's this supposed to work? So I dug into the head and found this. The EGR valve physically broke. So what was happening is every time the turbo vane actuated, it would start applying boost, and it was just choking out the engine with EGR, and it would shut right off. No codes. Nothing to give us any idea of what was wrong.